Right. So welcome back to another episode, movie review series, episode 467. Yeah. Now, last week I said that last week I said that I was going to come back into the darkness, back into the shadows, another horror review, and you're going to be taking our final destination. Yeah, here we are, man. Final destination, 2000. Yep. Yeah, Devin Sawa, Ellie Lauder, Kurt Smith, the late, great Tony Todd, just to name a few. But yeah, this movie though, what a very interesting movie, man. Very unique movie. One hell of an idea. I tell you that. One hell of an idea. I mean, you know, it reminds me of a Twilight Zone episode, especially the shot of the plane exploding while it was taking off. Yeah, it reminded me of a Twilight Zone, that one Twilight Zone episode. Um, I think it was 22. Was it? Yeah, the episode called 22. You know, with this lady, she kept having a recurring dream that she wake up, you know, trying to reach for the glass of water, but she accidentally knock it over knock it off the counter, and she gets up. She go down she leaves her room, go down this quiet corridor, and then the double doors open up, and then there's this attractive nurse with the high cheekbones that says, "Room for one more, honey." And then the lady, she just freaks out and runs off and back into her hospital room. I tell you, and then when she was checking out, she you know she had her bags packed and everything like that. She was about to board the plane. This is around in the end of the episode. She was about to board the plane, and then when she saw that the stewardess was the woman in her dream, and she said the same thing. "Room for one more, honey." The lady freaked out, ran back into the airport. Yeah, the dude that was with her, he ran with her. So I guess they was going to wait for a later flight so she can get back home or something. But as the plane was about to take off, as the plane was taking off, it exploded in midair, a huge fireball in the sky, just like in this movie when the plane was taking off. After Todd had his premonition and everybody was forced off the plane. After the fight, everybody forced off the plane. And Billy, he's at the window and he see the plane take it off. Next thing you see the fireball in the sky, and yeah, back away from the explosion destroys the window. Yeah, I tell you, Same kind of same kind of imagery of the plane taking off and exploding, just like in the Twilight Zone. Yeah, that's exactly what this movie reminded me of. So yeah, I tell you though, yeah, this movie though, yeah, like I said, very unique movie, man. Very unique movie. Very unique, but very familiar. Yeah, I tell you, yeah. Yeah, Final Destination. Yeah, I mean, yeah, what would you do if you had a premonition of your own death and you would do anything to prevent it, but eventually death would come back for you and everybody else that was involved in your decision. Yeah, you can't cheat death, not for long. That's what Tony Todd's character was. Not just in this movie, but every other, well, except for three, every other Final Destination movie came out that came out after this one. Yeah, his character, his very mysterious character. Yeah, that's what he be giving the warning to. Yeah, yeah, death had a design. He trying to do Tony's voice. Yeah, yeah, I can do Candyman, but not Tony. You believe in me. I can do that, but as far as Tony's unique voice, yeah, forget that. Yeah, no harm, no foul. I'll see you soon. Maybe I can, just let me get a little bit more concentration in there. Anyway, yeah, yeah, yeah. Little homage to Tony Todd, yeah. Rest in peace, man. But yeah, I tell you though, yeah, 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 yeah. This movie, yeah, it really caught everybody by surprise. Just like the image of that plane exploding in the air, it caught everybody by surprise. Yeah, this movie, yeah, I tell you, I guess you could say it was a surprise hit back in 2000. You know, yeah, something that you would never something you would never expect. But yeah, you know, this movie made people not want to take a plane ride for a very long time. And after 9/11 hit, nobody didn't want to take a plane ride after that for a very long time. But in the words of Superman, st- st- yes, statistically, still can't say that word. Statistically, speaking, it's still the safest way to travel. So, statistically, I can't say that word. Still, anyway, yeah, it's still the safest way to travel. But yeah, yeah, the death scenes in this movie too, man. The death scenes. Yeah, talking about taking you by surprise. I mean, how? Did anybody really expect to see that girl get smashed by the bus? I mean, damn. Yeah, you could just drop dead. Next thing you know, the bus just smashed right into her, man. Jesus Christ. Right there on screen too. Yeah, the effect that they did the effect that they did to do that to do that scene, man. Yeah, that was really something to watch. Yeah, my man Billy, played by the Stiffmaster himself, Sean William Scott. Yeah, he got like half of his head cut off. the shrapnel from the rumbling of the shrapnel from the car, and the train made the shrapnel, the rumbling from the train, the vibrating rumbling from the train made the shrapnel fly up and take Billy's head off, have his head off. And then yeah, the hot teacher in this movie, Valerie Luton, she yeah, she was all types of fucked up. I mean, yeah, she slipped on some she slipped, fell, knife from the kitchen counter came off, comes right down into her chest, and yeah, and then yeah, while that's going on, her house is on fire. Yeah, she was stabbed and then she burned, and then yeah, you got my man getting hung in the shower. You know, yeah, that was Todd. And who was the Alex? Alex was the guy that had the premonition. His best friend Todd was the dude that got hung in the shower. Yeah, it was him that got hung in the shower. You know, yeah, the cord around his neck. You know, he couldn't get up because the shampoo. It was the bottle of the shampoo bottle was in the shower, and he stepped on it. Now the soap is making him slip, so he couldn't get up. And while that's going on, the cord tightens. His eyes turn bloodshot red, and yeah, he just pretty much hung himself. That's what death made it look like. He hung himself. Slipping from the toilet water that somehow leaked out of the bottom of the toilet, and then it went back into the toilet after the death was after the death occurred. And then yeah, my man Kurt Smith character, Kurt Smith from Dawson's Creek. Yeah, my man his character um Robert, you know, at the end of the movie. He Alex and Clear, the three remaining survivors, but something happened in Paris. The sign that was supposed to get, sign that was supposed to get Alex, it comes down and it gets Carter instead. Hmm. But we didn't see that because that was the cut the black moment. But yeah, yeah, I tell you, yeah, everybody in that movie, almost everybody in that movie, they all died in very unique but mysterious ways. But yeah, you know, yeah, death, yeah, we don't see death. You only see the essence of you know, yeah, the essence of this presence that comes around, And yeah, it's Todd that I keep thinking Todd. It's Alex that you know sees the signs that are around him. When the next death occurs, he see how it happens. Just like with what's her name, like with Terry getting smashed by the bus. You know, yeah, he saw, he heard the bus going by, but he didn't see it. But he saw the bus go by through the mirror reflection. And he turned around and he didn't see anything. So yeah, that was a sign right there. Yeah, I tell you, yeah, every sign he see, that's when a death occurs. So yeah, after Terry gets smashed by the bus, that's when he thought, he got to stop the death before it happens. Yeah, if you see it, then he intervene, and if he intervenes, that's when the death doesn't happen. Yeah, yeah. What are you got now? So yeah, my man pissing himself when yeah, he couldn't get out the car. He was stuck. His seatbelt was stuck. And here comes the train. The car's right there in the middle of the junction, and he tried to get out. Yeah, can't get out. So yeah, Alex, he pulls him out of the car before the train comes in and smashes the train. I mean, train comes in and smashes the car. So yeah, my man, you know, a big ass pea stain right there in the middle of his pants, man. Yeah, he, he yeah, he clearly pissed himself. Yeah, this movie, yeah, he gets you with the really good surprises, get you with really good comedy moments also. I tell you. Yeah, this movie, yeah. Like I said, it was a hell of a movie to watch, man. So, yeah, it's this movie, this franchise. So it's a pretty good franchise, I'll tell you. You know, every single movie, every single death scene, you know, very unique. It just scares the shit out of everybody, especially the second movie, which I will cover. I will cover. I'm not going to cover all five of these movies just so I can get ready for the next one that's coming out pretty soon. I'm not covering all of these movies. You know, I'm not too fond about Final Destination 5 and Part 4. What am I going to say? Well, how the hell are you going to kill Krista Allen two times? I mean, there's nothing much to say about 4. You know, 3 had a really good premonition scene with the roller coaster, but there's really not much I can say about that movie either. But yeah, 1 and 2, though, I'll talk about. 2, I'll talk about a little bit further down the line. So you keep it locked right here for that. As I give this movie a really good, I'm giving it a really good 5 out of 5 because, really good 5 out of 5 because, this movie, yeah, very unique movie with a familiar, um, with a familiar sight. But it's a very unique movie in this franchise. Yeah, it's a really good franchise, but not really much good enough for me to talk about. It's not to my standards. But yeah, this movie is real good. 5 out of 5 though for review, Jack, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's so good to be back in the darkness for once. You know, for yeah, every once in a while, get back into the darkness, and then and then I do my thing here. Yeah, next week though, next week. Speaking of darkness, speaking of being the dark night, Dark Knight come back next week. Another Batman review, animated Batman movie. So yeah, you keep it locked right here for that. Check out my other show right here. Subscribe to me right here. In the meantime, between time, Jack. See you soon. And this show is off.